Hey guys, Christian the Havercard Man coming back at you with another deck profile today, and this time we're doing DDDs, but before we get into that, be sure to check out all those links down in the description to not only the Coalition of Scrubs, but also to every other member in the Coalition of Scrubs. If you haven't seen it yet or you don't know what it is, the Coalition of Scrubs is another channel that I'm involved with where me and several other YouTubers get together and make you guys some awesome Yu-Gi-Oh content. So be sure to go check them all out, they all deserve the love, and while you're at it, you might as well hit the subscribe and bell notification for my channel as well so you can stay updated on future deck profiles, as well as possibly some box openings, some meta-analysis, some live duels, and probably some other dorky content with my friends. So be sure to stay tuned and enjoy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's DDD deck profile, because that's what you guys came here for. And if you don't know what this deck does, or if you just are curious as to what lines of play it usually goes into, I will be having a test hand comment tutorial on this deck this Friday, so you can kind of understand a bit more about the deck if that's what you're looking for. So off the bat, we'll go with our play starters first. 3 copies of Swirl Slime allows us to fusion summon from the hand, super good there. We also have 3 DD Necro Slime, allows us to fusion summon from the graveyard, awesome. And like I said, if you guys want to know more about what these cards do and how they interact with this deck, definitely go check out that comment tutorial on Friday. I will definitely explain a lot more there. Next up, 3 DD Lamia. Our tuner for the deck really gets us into a lot of our plays. 3 DD Savant Kepler, another searcher for the deck that allows us to get into our searching card to allow us to search for the monsters that we need. 3 DDD Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok, excellent extender for this deck, and actually does a lot of our plays for us, so super handy there. Now on to the one-ofs. For the DD monsters anyways, I do have a couple, or another pair of cards in here, but we have 1 DD Ghost, just another tuner. It gives us more access to fill up our graveyard and return our banished monsters to the graveyard, so DD Ghost, super awesome. We have 1 Vice Typhon, another fusion play from the graveyard if we really need it. 2 kind of gets to be a little overkill. We have 1 Savant Copernicus, another Foolish Burial or Foolish Burial Goods for the deck, allows us to send a DD or Dark Contract card from our deck to the graveyard. Really prefer not to normal summon him, we'd rather go with Kepler, but he can be a means to start something anyhow, so handy there. We have a DD Savant Thomas, a 1 card rank 8 combo, but really not the preferred one. He's just kind of a little bonus card, more or less. DDD Chaos King Apocalypse, level 7 pendulum monster that when he's in the scale, we can banish 2 DDD monsters from our graveyard to special summon him. Don't really care too much about his monster effect. It never really comes up, to be quite honest. So last up here we have 2 Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. I absolutely love this card, but if your budget can really not afford it, go with something like a couple of Ash Blossoms or an Effect Veiler, or even a Winged Dragon Raw Sphere Mode or Kaijus. All really good options. I just like the Phantasmes because their extra consistency really helps us if we're forced to go second, but even still good if we're going first. Just gives us extra body on field, so definitely good to have there. That's all we got for the monsters. We'll go ahead and move on to the spell cards now. I know we're probably going through this a little quickly. With spell cards now, I'm going to get started with those. We're running 3 Dark Contract at the gate. This card allows you to search for any of your DD monsters that you need to fill up your hand. I will actually talk about something really interesting, or a couple of interesting things about this card on Friday. Actually, it's going to be in a How to Beat DDD video that I did with Sir Scrub on the Coalition of Scrubs. I will have the link to that in the info card right up here at the top. Be sure to go check that out if you want to know how to beat this deck. That's actually really going to be probably more valuable to you. Next up, we have 2 Dark Contract with the Swamp King, extra fusion card for the deck, really handy to have in there. Some consistency boosters to the deck here. We have 3 Allure of Darkness, helps us dig deeper since everything's dark. Same thing with 3 Trade-In. I know it doesn't seem like a smart idea because we only have 4 level 8 monsters in the deck, but really it's super easy to get an Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok in your hand, be able to throw them into your graveyard where you want them to be anyways, and then dig 2 cards deeper into your deck. Next up, we have 2 copies of Where Art Thou. We have so many level 1s in this deck. It's really just necessary, but I don't think you really need to run it at 3. 2 has honestly been about the magic number for me, so I like having 2 in there. Since we have a bunch of level 1s, yet again, we have a 1-for-1. Allows us to set up our graveyard and get a level 1 monster at the same time, all of which we need, so super good there. 1 Monster Reborn, just a good extender for plays. Foolish Burial can get us into extra combos, it just kind of opens up the door for a few extra things if we didn't have those options before, so super handy there. But we are also running one Upstart and one Into the Void just to basically lower the card count to about a 38 card deck and just boost consistency even more. And the downside to Into the Void doesn't even really matter, neither does Upstart, because we can blow through those really easy. Like Into the Void setting up our graveyard, no problem, but giving our opponent 1,000 life points, yeah, that's alright. It's not going to bug anyone here, so. Alright, that's it for the main deck. We'll go ahead and move on to the extra deck really quick. So we're running 2 copies of DDD Flame King Genghis, just because we're using this guy for so many different things. Fusion summoning him out, using him to get extra special summons, we're using him for synchro plays, we can use him for XYZs plays, sometimes link plays if we really need it. So having 2 in here is honestly kind of essential for this guy. Everything else in the extra deck is one-ofs. He's the only thing we really need 2 of. So next up here, we have Flame High King Genghis, does pretty close to the same thing as Flame King Genghis. Just a couple extra added bonuses, so instead of needing a DD monster to be special summoned, it can be normal or special summoned to get a special summon from the graveyard. A lot of special summoning with this deck. And it's a level 8, so we can use that to go into our rank 8 plays, which is really helpful. Same thing with this Dragon Bane King Beowulf, another level 8, so we can go into more rank 8 plays. Another 3,000 body, gives all of our DD monsters piercing battle damage, and during your standby phase, you can use it as a heavy storm. So he's got a few different things, but mostly we're just using him for our rank 8 plays, because that's like the biggest part. So next up with our link plays, this really like extends on our fusions and allows us to get into the rest of the stuff in the extra deck here. So get fusions out of the way here. We have 1 Cross Sheep. If you watch my discussion video, I know this probably sounds ironic. I never said the card was bad. I just think it's a little overhyped. So, I mean, Cross Sheep definitely really good in this strategy. You'll see why in the comment tutorial on Friday. We also have a Crystron, Halqifibrax, or if you're a sane person, Needle Fiber. Just because we do have those tuners in the deck, and actually is really useful, especially in getting us out our Formula Synchron to get us into some really big plays on our opponent's turn. Last up here, we have a DDD Abyss King Gilgamesh, also from Dual Overload. It's just kind of a good little bonus to the deck, but the only sad thing about it is that it locks you into only being able to summon DDs for the rest of the turn after you play it. So do be kind of wary of that. You gotta like really time your Abyss King Gilgamesh if just right if you're gonna use it. So just be wary of that. That's it for links. That's all we really need to play, to be quite honest. So next up here, we've got our 1 Formula Synchron. This is what we use with our Crystron Needle Fiber on our opponent's turn. Banish the Needle Fiber, bring on Formula Synchron, draw a card, and use it to go into a level 8 Synchro play, which is going to be our Borreload Savage Dragon, since we'll have a Cross Sheep in the graveyard. Attach it to that, give us 2 negates and an extra few attack points. So that's good. We also have Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, another negate. This is a monster negation that you use actually with DD Lamia with DDD Gust King Alexander here, who is a level 7 Synchro, allows you to, when a DD monster is normally special summoned to your field while he's face up, you can special summon a level 4 lower DD from your graveyard. So you pull him out, get your Lamia out somehow, and then go into your Crystal Wing Synchro. And then we also have DDD Curse King Siegfried, which this guy actually allows you to out a Dark Ruler no more in tandem with any back row. That'll probably be discussed more as well on the comment tutorial later on, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. So that's it for our Synchros here, the most important part of our extra deck, I think. The next up, we have 1 DDD Wave High King Caesar. This is what we need, like the 2 Flame King Genghis for. If we can get both of them out on the field at the same time, we can go into him, which allows us to have a special summon negation. If our opponent tries to activate a card that would special summon a monster, we can negate it and I believe detach a material for it. So super good. He also has like an attack boost, I think, which I mean doesn't really come up, but mostly it's for that special summon negation. Just super good there. Our big rank 8 for the deck is our number 38 Hope Harbinger. Gets you that 1 spell negation every turn. So really handy there. Another 3k body that can redirect attacks if need be. So super good there. Then we also have a DDD Duo Dong King Kali Yuga. Basically the only reason we run this guy is to help facilitate OTKs, but also if we're forced to go second, because this guy is like a really big Dark Ruler no more. Basically it says all effects that are on the field are negated and no new effects can be activated for the rest of the turn. So DDD Duodon King Kali Yuga is just excellent at providing us with like some serious damage to our opponent. It also has a heavy Storm Duster effect by attaching 1 material, and then you can attach another material to set a Dark Contract from your graveyard to your field. So he's good for several different things. Mostly it's just help facilitating those OTKs by making sure that our opponent can't do anything to stop us. So Really good there. That's all I got for the deck profile today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know this one is a little bit shorter, but that's because we have the test hands and combo tutorial on Friday. So once again, be sure to tune in and check that out. And yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching. Once again, hope you really enjoyed the video, and I hope to see all of you next time as well. Remember to have fun and make your move. Peace out.